morning, everybody. I think last night was going to be our last cool night, but don't quote me. I want to try and get some seed in that seed wagon today. I want to de-winterize the sprayer, and by doing that I have to drain out the antifreeze that's in there, put water in there, put all the nozzles, everything on there, the filters, the screens, everything needs to go back on. Put some water in it, spray the water to make sure all the nozzles are working the way you should, and then providing, knock on wood, if all the nozzles are spraying like it should and GPS is working like it should, I should, in theory, be able to throw chemical in there and we should be good to go. So it's still kind of chilly out. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like flurries coming down right now. I want to go around and look at some of our fields today. We had, a week or two ago, we had a batch of 80-degree weather go through, and weeds just exploded in that weather. So I want to go through and go to each field, figure out which field I'm going to no-till, and we might have to spray some burn down in there. And I want to do that in the next couple days because they're talking rain for like the next 5 days starting Friday. So that's something I kind of want to get done in the today. And then tomorrow and the next day, I have those 2 days to get some spraying done if I need to spray. This little 4-acre chunk we have right behind the barn, that absolutely does need to be sprayed because the weeds are so thick in there. We had wheat in here last year, so there's some volunteer wheat growing up in here. There's regular weeds growing up in here. There's some grasses, but it's actually taller than we want to see it right now, and it's pretty thick, as you can see here. So this has to get sprayed and killed off before we work it, and we have to work this field because this is the field we put the tile in. So all this has got to get worked up. So yeah, this is one of the major priorities I got to deal with. Now granted, with 90-foot booms spraying at 10 miles an hour, a 4-acre chunk is literally going to take 5 minutes to spray it, but you got to wait for it to die off before you can work the ground. So that's why I want to get everything sprayed now and killed off before we're in the fields working ground. I love how we're talking about planting and spraying and everything, and it's snowing. Garbage. I suppose while it's still morning and colder out and snowing, I'll drive around and look at some fields, because I'd rather do that in the warmth of a truck rather than working in the cold of the barn. Makes sense, don't it? I just got out and walked this 60-acre chunk we've got, and I found one of the tucker fingers that I lost off the combine. So, mystery solved there. But this field I think needs to be worked. Somebody drove through the field with a pickup truck and left some ruts there. Other than those ruts, we could no-till this. Garbage. Well, I got back to the farm, got the sprayer out, put all the plugs back on it and filters and screens and everything put back on it that I take off for winter. As I was doing that, I noticed there was one of the fittings was cracked, and I thought, oh crap. I don't know if it's something that didn't get winterized properly enough, or it was cracked before I put it away. Regardless, I had to go get a new fitting for it, and decided that it's time for new nozzle tips, so I went ahead and ordered those. They should be here on Friday, a few days from now. But other than that, I've got the fitting. I'm going to put the fitting on there, but right now it's raining, so I figure what better time to enjoy my lunch than while it's raining, because I have to do the sprayer outside because, well, it's 100 foot wide and can't fit it in the barn. Alright, it's still kind of sprinkling, but this is, don't mind the ratchet strap there, but this fitting here broke off, so I have the parts for it. I had to unfold the whole machine in order for it to get to this end. And if you only unfold like one wing, then the whole thing tips because it's on a like a spring. Watch this. See how it all moves back there? It's balanced, so if you unfold one side, then it tips way back and it's just a pain in the butt. So you got to unfold the whole thing to get to this one spot. So at any rate, I'm going to start working on this and get this threaded back in and get the piece back on. And then we can get some water in this thing and see how she'll spray. Got to show you this. We've got some rat traps around, and this little guy was in the rat trap. It's a weasel. Oh well. Alright, we need to fold this thing up now and put some water in it and take it out to the field out back there and open her up and make sure everything's going to spray properly. Got to fold it up first. There's really no place for me to put you guys in here. Everything in here is plastic, and you're on a magnet mount. Garbage. See how that folds up? Other side's doing the same thing. If I park this in the right spot, I can put fuel in it and water at the same time, or put fuel in it, then water, and not have to move it again. But we'll see. Now the well that we have here, through this 2-inch line, it puts about 70 gallons of water a minute into the sprayer, so it really doesn't take that long to fill the sprayer. It takes, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. I think it's 7 minutes, something like that. But I'm only going to put 200 or 300 gallons in it. That way I can go out, make sure everything runs, because you don't want to fire up this pump with it being dry, because it will burn that pump up like instantly. I take that back. I just went in and looked at the well. We got digital readout on the well, and it's pumping 77 gallons per minute. And this is a 800 gallon tank, so what is that, 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes, something like that, to fill the sprayer. We've already got 100 gallons in it, 125 gallons. It just keeps climbing. So, works pretty good. We like this well. It's a turbo well is what we call it. Alright, I'm full of fuel. I've got 300 gallons of water on. I always do this with just water because water doesn't cost nothing and chemical does. So, I test all this stuff with just pure water. So now, and I purged the system while I was in there, so now we can turn our pump on. Had to think a minute where it was at. Alright, so we got our pump on. I've got auto steer on. Auto steer. Let's hit the spray. I guess I gotta turn on boom sections. Okay, everything primed. So now auto steer's working like it should. Everything seems to be spraying. The boom height is working. Alright, I'm going to show you guys this. This white line here is where I'm going. This is where I'm at. The blue line is what I've already sprayed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my auto steer, not touch the steering wheel at all, and show you how it puts me on that line and lets me spray again. It's that easy. So now I'm gonna, while this is spraying, I'm gonna get out and make sure all the nozzles are working like they should, and see if there's any that I need to replace immediately. This one and this one need to be replaced immediately. This one, this one. Most of them look all right for right now. For just doing burn down, they'll be fine. Those two, I do want to change. I'm going to mark them with my Sharpie, and then that way I can shut it off and replace those two, or three. I do have a couple of these nozzles laying around for reasons just like this. We're going to put all new nozzles on this thing, but I've got a feeling that I'm going to be spraying in the next day or two. So, I don't know, can you guys see that right here? So, me spraying in the next day or two, these will be good enough because it's just a burn down spray is what I'm doing. It's just to kill off some weeds that are kind of getting out of control. I gotta get the screen out of there. Oh, that's why it's not spraying. Look at that screen. I'll show you what the new screen's supposed to look like. New screen's all clean. So, they just twist on and off, just as easy as that. See? She's working now. I got a little wet. Ah well. So now, hopefully the weather will cooperate with us and we can get some acreage sprayed tomorrow. And then you guys can start seeing some action shots. But we'll see. I'd like to see it warm up a little bit, but even in cooler temperatures, the spray will still work. It'll just work a little slower. I want to get some fields sprayed before this next batch of rain comes, because this next batch of rain is supposed to be like 5 days long. So if I can get in there and get some spraying done, then after everything dries out from this next 5-day rain, then we can get in there and start working some ground, and the weeds will be dead, in theory. But for the most part, the sprayer's ready to go. So tomorrow we'll put some chemical in it and figure out what fields we're gonna go spray. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.